Hello everybody, come and learn how to knit the Irish moss stitch. This beauty is reversible, it's made with simple knit and pearls and it's gorgeous. Let's have a closer look at this gorgeous stitch. This is Irish moss stitch. It's sometimes called double moss stitch in the UK, but because double moss stitch means something else in the US, we're going to stick with Irish moss stitch. And it's a combination of knit one, purl one. It's a really gorgeous reversible stitch and it's so beautifully textured. You can use it for scarves and cowls and things because it's reversible. Also, it doesn't curl up. So it's a very good thing to use for a cuff or a hem of a sweater because of the non-curling. And actually, I suppose if you wanted to make it in cotton, it would be really good for a dishcloth or a face cloth too. So the way that it works is by a simple knit one, purl one pattern. Now, when we work knit one, purl one in a rib, or indeed in moss stitch or seed stitch, we alternate. But this is a 4-row repeat. And so for the first 2 rows, we're going to work, I'll show you around that way actually, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. And then for the second 2 rows, we work purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one. So it's 4 rows. So you need an even number of stitches and an even number of rows. For this one, it's very simple. Let's have a look. Now, I have just cast on 10 stitches here to make you a little example. You can cast on any way you like or whatever your pattern calls for. And we start off with a knit stitch. So the needle goes in underneath, the yarn is at the back, bring the yarn around, under and off. Then we bring the yarn to the front for a purl stitch. Push the needle up into the stitch, bring the yarn around, under and off. And then we bring the yarn back round to the back for a knit stitch. And then we bring the yarn to the front for a purl stitch. Now, if you need a refresher for knit and purl, if you have a look on our video how to purl, you'll find there's a refresher for both stitches in there, which will help. So just work, knit one, purl one, all the way to the end of the row. For row 2, we do exactly the same thing. We knit, purl all the way along. Just want to draw your attention here so that you can read your knitting, and this will become important later on. The purl stitches give us our lovely little purl bumps, and the knit stitches give us these little V's. And so later on, it's quite handy to be able to identify those. So we do exactly the same thing for row 2. Knit one, purl one, all the way along to the end of the row. Sorry about these big clunky needles. I am working with Debbie Bliss super chunky Merino, which is just the most beautiful yarn. And you'll see this lovely Irish moss stitch in quite a lot of the collection for Debbie's patterns, and we'll pop a lovely link in so you can have a look. So for the first 2 rows, we have worked knit one, purl one, just so that it looks like a rib there. Knit one, purl one. Now for rows 3 and 4, we do the opposite. We work purl one, knit one, all the way to the end of the row. So we've got 2 knit stitches here, 2 knit stitches, 2 purl stitches. For rows 3 and 4, we're going to do the opposite. So I'm going to bring the yarn to the front, needle in, there we go, purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one, all the way along to the end of the row. Purl one, knit one. So we're doing the reverse. And then I'm going to turn the work and we're going to follow that again. Row 4 is purl one, knit one, right on the top there. So we purl, knit, purl knit all the way along. Now, the reason it's good to be able to read your knits and purls, and I'll show you now, is that if you have meanwhile just put your knitting down and gone off for a cup of tea, you might think, uh-oh, I can't remember whether I knit or I purl for this next row. So let's have a look. So here is your beautiful double moss stitch. Let's just look at the construction. And I'm just looking at the front here. We've got 2 purl stitches and 2 little V knit stitches on that very first row. And the first stitch, and then the second one, 2 knit stitches and 2 purl stitches underneath. Now, knowing that you're going to alternate knit and purl for 2 rows, when you look at that and you think, right, I've got 2 purls there, so that's 2 rows, so that must be purl 1, knit 1, and we've got 2 of those stitches. Those must be rows 3 and 4, so we're on row 1 again. So whatever you've got when you're reading your knitting, look, knit ones, purl ones, and then just go to the beginning, or wherever, even if you stop midway through a row and you think, gosh, I'm not sure what I do next. Is it a knit, is it a purl? You can read the work and work out whether you're on row 1, 2, 3 or 4. So here, if I look at the rows, knit, knit, purl, purl, I know that my next row, row 5, is going to start with a knit because I've got 2 purls there, 2 purls, so this must be row 5. So that is how we work Irish moss stitch. It's the most gorgeous, textured, beautiful stitch. Just have a look. You can just see, even with 4 rows, how pretty it looks. But this is what it looks like later on as you work, and it's just divine. Now that you've learned how to knit the beautiful Irish moss stitch, you can have a go at the gorgeous jacket from the new Debbie Bliss Super Chunky Merino collection. The pattern's just up here. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips and tricks and gorgeous pattern ideas. Happy knitting!